Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Xuan Yuan Sword 7 on the Series JG. I was just thinking, hats off to anyone who's watching this series, because I don't think it's my fault. I mean, I could be doing things to make this move faster. But, you know, blind playthrough. I just realized that I've recorded 2 videos. That's because I've got so many series going, I'm trying to only upload a little bit a week in each series. Nothing's happened. We fought a boss at the end of the last recording session I had. Then I spent a video getting to town. We talked to some guys who were like, yeah, go to this place. And in the last video we got there and people had plague and we played chess. So it's, yeah. If you're watching this, again, there's things I could be doing differently, but I don't think I'm going against the grain and making a fast-paced adventure slow. If anything, this game has reminded me a little bit of Breath of Fire 3, a game I really enjoyed. But the thing that was so strange about Breath of Fire 3 is how chill it was. Like you really are just playing the adventures of Ryu the Dragon, Tipo, and what's his name, the Tiger guy. And eventually Tipo gets removed and blah blah and things happen. It takes a really long time to reach a point where there's some kind of threat to the world in that game. And in this game too, like not every game has to be about a threat to the world. It's like not every movie has to have fucking Thanos about to destroy half of humanity. You can make movies and stories about personal stories about things happening to individual people. But it is a bit odd in an RPG, just traditionally, for there to be no threat to the world. And this RPG is currently about a guy whose sister is now in a clockwork body and he's trying to help her out. And there doesn't appear to be any grave world threat going on. Because we're not even going to, like, I have no feeling that we're going to overthrow Wang Mang the Usurper. Like, I think the entire Xuan Yuan series is set kind of in this world. And I don't know that we get to defeat Wang Mang as some kind of big bad at the end. We're just kind of going from place to place in a very Tales of Vesperia, or just Tales kind of way, but at the end of a Tales game, you save the world, and I don't even feel like that's coming in this. Anyway. There's this whole approach to NPCs is a bit weird. There's very little encouragement in the game engine for you to actually get a sense for what's going on in each individual town. Talking to NPCs, there's a few plot required things to do, and then talking to any NPC who isn't part of the plot, they're not giving you little clues about things that are going on so much. And you have to sit there and wait for dialogue to cycle through. Sobs. We should head to Yushui while we can. Sobs. Yeah, see, I mean, it's a time commitment to even see if there's something interesting being said. Anyway, which one are you? I think we might already know you. You may, in fact, be, journal characters. I think this guy might be, Liu Ji? No, never mind. There was a character who was kind of like the modest man who's blah blah blah. Oh, never mind. He probably never shows up again. We had a guy who's part of the resistance and a named character who isn't one of these two, but never mind. I don't think this is him. Oh, it's Li Jui. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's right. He did say he was going to meet us here, so he teleported here. They are really heavily warning us in advance that this guy's going to be a complete ass. Hey, we've got a new party member now? This guy? No. And I thought I knew plagues. Damned peasants. Filthy peasants. So is Shenggong a place or a person? Okay, well I was following along here. Oh, never mind, I can't run. This is a plot sequence where we are moving at the speed we are moving at, and that's it. We can't dash ahead of him. Are we about to get ambushed or? No.
蠢材，连个小小疫病都处理不了，要你作甚？
是，将军恕罪，属下会。
That guy's the entire Lulin army. They're in trouble.
你看看外头，还有时间给你想办法？滚！看着就烦。
Is your face the floor, sir?
将军。
Sure. Yeah, he's just an asshole. That's what we're going to.
远道而来，不知所谓何事。
He even sounds I don't even speak Chinese, and he sounded sarcastic when he greeted us or him.
来时你想必也见到，守平如今自身难保，文书切莫在强人所难。
Sir.
圣公将军，民女略通医术，但请将军听我一言。
A girl! A criminal warrior supposed to be brave!
是几名病患，发觉他们皆有燥热、口干之症，
And definitely
严重
diarrhea.
者
A
则
lot of
沾面
diarrhea.
需要尽快服药清热解毒，或可熬制几天药方给百姓使用。
But fevers are a sign their body is naturally fighting the infection, so we don't want to release it.
将军，
He would wear a mask when walking through the restaurant, but not when seated? You are ridiculous.
那些废物张罗药材治病。
若能救治百姓，他们自会敏感在心，因而更加信任将军的治理。
Yeah, well, I don't
既
care
得
about
民
that.
心，便能得天下。此即为兼相爱，交相利。
Yeah, well, where did that get the most? They're all dead.
你个妇道人家，也懂如何领兵打仗、治理。
Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
治病之事或可再议，今日实有一事相求。
We can discuss the plague later. Now we must discuss blackmail and thrills.
子旭，
Oh, is that our style name?
子
Did
旭
you?
博生击退妖魔，手下御水，与我陆。
I think it is. Now we have a style name. That's
他有
pretty
要
neat.
事，需要进鹿林山。
Ladies don't get them,
还
I
请圣楼
believe.
应允。
此刻进山，所谓何事
We
啊？
want to meet the man from the Silver Mountain.
上山采些药草，村中疫病肆虐，我寻思山上或许有些药草可以治病。
Isn't that a lie? Don't we want to go there for our own reasons?
是
Is that so?
刚刚你说兼相爱，交相利，
Actually, that was the girl who said that, sir. Well, the woman. The girls had the sense not to even try to talk to this
本将
asshole.
军便与你们兼相爱，交相利一番。我军不日便要开往玉水，然而半道却有妖魔阻路，尔等助我清除妖魔，我便允了进山之事。
Okay.
没问题。
将军，关于治病之事，
Shut up.
那个呀，你们要救便救，随你们便。
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to like the guy wearing the glamorous golden robes and telling us that peasants deserve to die of plague.
那将军实在是，
He's so cool.
对，太过无礼了。不救便罢，何必如此嘲讽？
似乎正如传闻所言，是个挺有。
Girls, calm down. It's ancient China. You're not supposed to be expressing opinions.
令人失望。
是也。
You watch your mouth before you compare them to Wang Yang. As big a jerk as that guy is, he did not literally murder my parents, okay?
好了，我们也该出发了。
Anyways. So we do, I believe, get experience for clearing these quests. Because it's been a while since I off-screened. And we're still leveling up pretty regularly. And, well, I did a little bit of grinding off-screen. This is some time back. This is a ways back now. I did it before we even really got into the first... not the first town, sorry. Shuping as floor near Shuping was withered, the land bleak with plague. Traveling the road, we saw houses in ruin and people struck with sickness and disease. Even soldiers were infected. Strange being so close to Yushi and yet being so different. Yeah, well. Liu Xuan. The rumors weren't wrong. General Shandong was indeed an arrogant man. Even if he was technically the one in charge, his pompous attitude still upset me.
Unlike his subordinate, General Shangong never felt like a true soldier. He was more like one of those foolish dignitaries, languishing in their fancy mansions. I hear he came from Kaiyang, just like Generals Bosheng and Wenshu. There's an old saying, the same rice raises people of all kinds. I guess that's true.
Yep. But anyway, what I was starting to say was, before we even got into Yushu, when we had first were seeing it and had saved here, I did a little bit of grinding, running around in this area, and then since then, at one point, grinded up here. But mostly I haven't been doing any, well, over here, excuse me. But mostly I haven't done any grinding in this game, and yeah, it kind of doesn't seem like it's needed it. Occasionally you get to a boss fight where you have to remember to block, and otherwise it's pretty straightforward. So we will see. Story wants us to go this way, but it looks like we could have gone a little further this way. This is where we went to play chess. And we are not going to get to play chess again until... Yeah, somewhere in the story, these gates here are going to get unlocked, and when they are, I guess we get to come up here at Kunyang. But honestly, at this point, I had heard that this was a fairly short game, and this is the entire world, and we've probably unlocked about half of the fast travel points at this point. I don't know what all is going to happen up here. This one will never be reached in normal gameplay, neither will this. They're both just like DLC type things, but yeah, we've kind of reached most of the we've reached about half of the locations that the game has, it seems like. Now, it's not at all uncommon for games to you've unlocked the full map, but then you start going back and forth between locations you've already been to, like, you know, Final Fantasy. Well, you know what, actually, the original Final Fantasy is a bit of an exception. Once you've unlocked the whole map, there really is just one big last dungeon to go. But, I mean, there are quite a few games where... Never mind. Either this is the end of the world, or... What? Apparently I was able to get here before, and now can't. What's the point of blocking the road when everyone feels sick? No entry without permit. Apparently, it's a good thing I played chess with that guy when I did, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to get it this far. Isn't this where he was hanging out, the guy I played chess with? On the other side of that? Like... Maybe not. Okay, never mind. There's more to come in this direction than we thought, but apparently that will not include a new teleport stone. And the chess I played was probably around here. As a matter of fact, let's get wasted. We're all going to die here anyways. Ah, that's true. Yeah, you know what? It's not a solution, but it ain't making things any worse. This area is off limits. Why? Now, out of curiosity more than anything else, I'm trying to find where we played chess with that guy. Oh, well, I guess my curiosity was somewhat rewarded. We got some smithing materials. Nothing like crazy awesome. Nothing that we didn't already have the ability to get in our inventories. Got little background noises of people being all sick and gross. Huh. I can't quite figure out where that guy we played chess with is at. Because, I mean, if I get close to it, like, you can play chess again, so he should still be an icon. Who cowers over nothing? I'm just curious now, did we get cut off from a place that we formerly had access to? See, even these villages... Okay, this place has been devastated by plague, so why are the buildings falling apart? Oh, I think this might be where we played chess. Yeah. Okay, never mind. So, we've never been over here before. Whatever. Alright, let's get back to the main story here. General Jerk. Oh, and that, by the way, so I'm not a Chinese culture expert, but picked up a little bit just from osmosis playing games. I've read in translation Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I've read in translation, oh, this is years ago, and I don't remember them that clearly because the events start. Chinese novels have a tendency to just be a series of individual stories, like ancient Chinese novels, that is. And the same is true of a lot of ancient Western novels. It's just kind of like a series of stories that aren't always that well connected, that just eventually end. So in translation, I've read Monkey, A Journey to the West, and I've read in translation Outlaws of the Marsh. Or, I don't know if I got the name right. And that book, there's a few character names I remember, and there's almost nothing else I remember about the book, because it's just a series of, like weird adventure tales. And not really in Monkey, A Journey to the West, but in the other two, Romance of the Three Kingdoms and Outlaws of the Marsh. Non-stop theme, always, the good guys encounter officials who are corrupt and incompetent. It's a big part of, like, Chinese fiction of the, old period. And I think it still kind of exists today, because now, like, Xi Jinping is this, like, cult of personality dictatorial figure, and, like, I'm sure a lot of it is legitimate corruption, but, like, any political enemies he has are accused of being corrupt and end up, getting disappeared. But a big thing in all the old Chinese stories was some corrupt official or other who's in a position of power but is corrupt, and then some good guy will eventually... You'll have like a Liu Bei figure who doesn't want to fight against them because they represent authority and order. And then you'll have like some kind of Zhang Fei type figure who wants to fight them, and eventually circumstances are such that they have to be fought. But what am I getting at here? I'm getting at the fact that, yeah, this always shows up, but always it's some petty official who's corrupt, but at the top, the leaders are good, because they, the emperor is always good. The emperor is never responsible for shit being fucked up. It's always, oh, there's some incompetent person and the emperor didn't know what was happening, and they'll fix everything once they know about it. That's a big theme. Ooh, wow, there's a lot of zombies around here. It's a big theme in Japanese fiction, or Chinese fiction of the olden days. But that's what we seem to have here. Like, the rebel army's got really, it's a good organization with really good dudes. But some of the people in charge the guy in charge is a complete ass. Okay, that was a lot of guys. So if I did feel like off-screening, this would be a place to do it, I suppose. We've gone quite a while without any real combat to speak of, but it's back with a vengeance now, apparently. All right, but I wanted to explore these nooks and crannies for this. Black flame crystals and cotton. We're looking for silk. There's a couple of smithing ingredients we haven't been coming across. And you would think there's a likelihood that they will be out here in these environs. Oh, this is where we came in. Okay. Okay. But I guess what I'm getting at is that, yeah, that, like, really arrogant, highborn official of an organization that we're supposed to have faith in the organization, but the local leader is an arrogant ass. That is a constant theme in all Chinese stories set at this time period. So either there was a real thing going on with incompetent officials in China, or some of it's just a way to protect the emperor from responsibility, because like Confucian morality is all based around the idea that or, you know, civil order starts at the top and the emperor has to set a good example, and that it will flow downhill and create a harmonious society. That's kind of what Confucianism is. It's very much about people playing their proper role in a harmonious society. Individual exceptionalism is important, but it's not, well, I'm saying it wrong. Exceptional individuals are important, but they have to be serving the broader purpose of society. It's like, see how communism would thrive in a country whose cultural roots are based in that, but very different from like Marxist communism, because the guy at the tippity top, who would be like the ultimate robber baron in Karl Marx's view, Chinese culture, ancient Chinese culture, doesn't function unless you assume they are awesome sauce and are doing a great job. Let's try to suck your... Oh, never mind, too late. It's just a little too late in trying to suck your soul there. And an unfortunate reality. And it's like talking about ancient China like this and trying to apply it to modern Chinese people and just, or Chinese Americans, is like, it's like assuming all modern Americans think in terms of cowboys and Indians, and it's of course even more ridiculous because cowboys and Indians was a couple of 100 years ago, and this was like well over 1,000 years ago that this stuff is going on. But at the same time, what the hell is my point with all this? It is interesting to me that like communism in modern China has turned into a cult of personality where, yeah, like when things go poorly in China, corrupt officials and wealthy corrupt business people are blamed, and it's never like the fault of the party as a whole or Li Jinping. So I'm just throwing that out there because I've decided this is not a Let's Play anymore. It is now JG lecturing you on his opinions on the Chinese Communist Party. Is it time to call it a video? I hope it is, because I need to like step away from this game and get back into a gameplay mode. It is not time to call it a video yet, and you got a couple minutes to go. Let's rest. That'll reset monsters, which is probably not great, but we'll also get dialogue. Miasma? He's turning into fucking Inuyasha now. Oh, that toadstools are going to be important to the story. What is ordinary toadstool behavior? What are you worried about? You got a clockwork body. Why don't you like me telling you about the monster bugs that will crawl into your body and sting you from the inside? Come on. I don't understand why you would object to the story, small girl. I'm just telling you about monster bugs that will sneak into your body and sting you from the inside. I thought all little girls loved hearing about such things. Alright. Is there a day-night cycle, or are there just certain places when you are there it is daytime, and if you go someplace else it becomes night? I don't know. Anyway, I'm talking about the idea that like corrupt officials working for an otherwise overall good power is unique to China. It's not. It's just, it's something I noticed happening a lot in 2 of the 3 Chinese books I've read in translation. So maybe I am not dealing with a proper sample size. Soul at Rising. Let us see. Let's attack. Let us see about the Soul at Rising. When Ox Crush hits an enemy, recover 5 stamina. Soul of Shambler, Pinewood. Starveling. Oh, that did seem like a different creature. I thought we'd seen something similar before, but it did seem a bit bigger. It had a bigger forehead.
Bile poison covers the starveling and their weapons, or wappets. Starvelings were once starving human children.
Oh, jeez. We're murdering undead babies, you guys. The undead governor of undead Texas is going to be very mad.
Transformed after dying from eating rotting corpses, even death couldn't free them from their burning hunger. When they see the living, starvelings will rush towards them, fangs barred with murderous intent.
Neat. Dark hornets.
There's a toadstool that only grows in humid...
See, I thought that whole hornet thing was just going to be a minor background detail of this dude's story, but I guess the story's actually going to deal with this.
There's a toadstool that only grows in humid, misty environments.
Not that unusual for a toadstool.
It glows in the dark, and worst of all...
That glows in the dark is really a problem. Worst, unless you're trying to sleep. Right there.
Worst of all, it turns into hornets when rained on, which burrow themselves into their prey. I couldn't help but hear the buzz of insects' wings after Brother told me this story. Thank the gods we didn't have a rainy day when we were in the forest, or God knows how many of these hornets we would have encountered. But come to think of it, hornet or not, their stink can't hurt my wooden body, can it?
Exactly. That's what I was joking around about before. It's like, you got nothing to worry about, Jiang. But she's even dropped hints that, like, having a clockwork body is pretty sweet. Now, she's not old enough to have, you know... She is a girl. She has not yet become a woman. If she becomes a woman with a wooden body, she might start encountering instances where she preferred to have a flesh body. But as a little girl, having a wooden body might seem like it's actually pretty cool.
I need to find a wooden husband.
Ooh. I guess it's a good thing we saved. Unless this is going to be an entirely QTE cinematic battle. Nope, it's not. We're going to actually do some fighting here. It's not even a boss fight. It was just kind of introduction to a new scary-looking enemy fight. Cool. Now we can hop up here. It was neat that this had a little, like, you know, Ghostbusters no symbol over it before. So we can hop up. There's stairs that are blocked off, but we can hop up here anyway. So what the hell is the point of not giving us access to those stairs, I wonder? Oh, never mind. All let's do is... This is where we hopped down to fight those enemies. Well, I bet you we got some new stuff from that. Yeah, we got a new soul here. Soul of black hair. Soul of
a black hair captured with the Elysium Scroll shines brightly.
The Grim Warden.
Judging by the appearance, Grim Warden were once soldiers who died bravely for their country.
I mean, can you tell that they weren't just soldiers who died regular ways?
But the black flame awakened them from their rightful slumber.
I'm not clear on what black flame is. But maybe that will come with time. And story advancement.
Without a mind of their own, these undead warriors wander aimlessly, attacking anyone unfortunate enough to encounter them. Unlike the Shambler, Grim Wardens fight with precision as though they were alive.
And then black hair.
As black hairs inhabit many regions, their faces and bodies are completely covered in hair to protect them from the cold weather.
Oh, okay. Because they're in various places, they have hair.
When a black hare has spotted its prey, its three eyes will never leave it, even as it realizes its giant bronze warhammer. Even as it raises. Sorry, the text is very small for me. I'm on the other side of the room. I'm playing on a TV that's hooked up to the wall. Even as it raises its giant bronze hammer and strikes a killing blow, somehow black hare have acquired the scraps of armor. She's become Starfire from Teen Titans. Black hair have acquired the scraps of armor, perhaps from those they have killed up in those frozen mountains.
So they have three eyes. So I guess they actually were demons, not just big guys who have come back from the dead. They were actual demons. Okay, there's more baddies. Ow! Yeah, just wait to sit in prison, because... This is going to be a thing now. I appreciate having Zhu Huang's help with combat. It really does. Now that... And I've noticed we're fighting much larger groups of enemies now that we've got other party members. So, like, everything flying around the screen isn't always going exclusively after you. That makes sense. But it does mean sometimes I've got an enemy that I want to, like, weaken it and then steal its soul essence or whatever. And I'm running into that issue you sometimes get with, you know, computer-controlled party members where they do something to help and accidentally thwart you. I thought there was a little bit of climbing that could be done over here. Never mind. I'm all turned around. Okay. Well, we're heading in the right direction again. We may have possibly missed out on... It's possible that we've missed out on stuff we wanted to collect, but I don't think anything really critical. And it is now time to call it a video. So when we come back next time, we'll be fighting more monsters as we try to... Well, that's the story, isn't it? We're eliminating monsters that are causing an issue for the army. So at some point, we will just magically hit a story cinematic that tells us we've killed enough monsters. And when we've done that, I guess we go back. See you guys then.